that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Check back. Hey, show. Smalls. No.
This is Darrell Henderson, the rookie 3rd rounder. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, Henderson is a junior at Memphis last year, better than 1,900 yards, had 25 total touchdowns. They drafted him in the 3rd round in an effort to try to give Todd Gurley some support in a backup role. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The 5th year back from Texas, this is Malcolm Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Like 20. 58, come on. Crunch time, defense. No. Off. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. He lets this one fly toward the back. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp hit touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check. Crunch. Cloud.
Now it's Davis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. And the Bears first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm coming.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rush in. Check 31.
Here's Davis now. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
180. Check 13.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Don't get nervous. Watch the eye. Take 4, take 4.
From the gun, here's gone. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here goes tonight. 180. You don't know no better. Super.
Out of the gun. Gone. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. The 4-time All-Pro Johnny Hecker is on to punt for L.A. as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Check. Jim. You got time.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by John Johnson.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
180. Watch the run. Motion. 58, right over there. 18. Right, 58, right there. Hey, let's get in them holes. 58, come on.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
No. Me. I want to work. Watch out. Check.
Trubisky to throw again. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Mike, check. 59.
On 2nd and 15 now. Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's go, 180. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 11. 58. Hey, Charlie. 58. Come on. Double dog. That's the way.
3rd and 2. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Switch. Value 1. Shell. Hey, Alpha.
Goff on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
Rams, first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Hold on. Check. Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
Play action. It's gone. Going for it all. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Woods, the intended receiver. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. No chance. Motion. Cornell.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 3 down. 3 down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the fly. Watch the fly. Watch the fly. Watch the fly.
Goff now looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Lights 59.
From the 50, it's Goff. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Mike, check. 59. Hey, man. Maverick wall. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. You don't want none of that. Go. Mike's 59. Mike's 12. Go. You get
Goff now looks to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check 24. 36. Tiger. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, Echo. Let's put that team on the box.
To throw is Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Strip that ball. Mike 54. Mike 54. Randall. Let's go. You tighten up. 54 is Mike. 54. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 54. I got it. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". I got it.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Mike, go to the 180. No gain on this defense, no gain. Shift, watch the shift. Check the backer, check the backer.
Now it's gone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
The first down carry for Davis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
1-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll run it with Cohen. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First down, Chicago.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point.
59. Mike, 59. Too low. Alert. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On second down, it's Henderson, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
I got you, baby. I got you. I got you.
This is Brown.
Go, go, go.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run. This is Brown. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They go with Brown. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Come on. 180. Come on. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
120.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So